Macross Shooting Insight is not a video game. And I do not care what the fuck the descriptor says, it is not a shmup. This is a bastard love child of Space Invaders, Galaga, R-Type, fused with the DNA of Touhou, and all the power of Danmaku combined, with the multi-dimensional space combat of Star Fox, Sin and Punishment, and Ikaruga. This game is the fucking devil. I need you to understand, with all the furiousness and intensity of the white-hot rage of 1,000 suns being fisted by Sinistar, I have never, in my life, ever been manhandled, abused, used, crumped up, unrolled, fluffed out, refilled, and then fucking drained again by this game, except by the one that is currently over my right shoulder, and the video games that I had started playing on my channel way long in the past when I used to just do Let's Plays when I was in high school. I cannot undersell to you exactly how exquisitely designed and made this video game is, and the fact that this was somehow translated, put onto a Nintendo cartridge, and wasn't somehow a proprietary service of SNK, flabbergasting the shit out of me. Something I have never done before in my fucking gaming career, where I had to become as low as a gaming journalist. It is exactly as one can expect it to be. It is the worst of Touhou, combined with the worst of every Danmaku in a Japanese design, styled up with various flight modes, from R-Type, Star Fox, and Touhou combined, into a single don't get hit flight simulator. My God, I want to punch the wall. I literally would not have been able to do it if I did not have the healing function. I'm no better than a game channel! Don't look at me! Don't look at me, chat! That being said, the difficulty of Macross does not come from the sheer factor of everything that's happening. It's all of the systems in motion working in tandem at the same time. When I explain that it is all the powers combined of Touhou, which is to say Danmaku, which is to say bullet hell, I am not kidding. Everything in this game borrows from the shoot 'em up and the classic side scroller and up scroller of yesteryear, and innovates on every part of their design and inserts every single fingerprint into its game loop, while at the same time remaining a shoot 'em up somehow, but mixing the American style of shoot 'em up with the Japanese style of shoot 'em up, creating a unique creature in bullet hell that somehow is able to reach both halves of both audiences for both genres, despite being a video game, but I'm pretty certain got the roughest of the roughest machine translations. I tried doing everything I possibly could to look up as much information about this game, and the majority of it is in Japanese, which more than likely means that there is very little to probably no English speakers as a part of that studio. So, this is the primest, freshest cut of Japanese gameplay that you're going to get. So ultimately, at the end of the day, here's what you actually have in front of you, alright? Before you begin a run, before any choice is ever made, you have to make the choice of the type of pilot that you're going to use for your attempt of your run. There are a total of 5 pilots, and each of them has a particular shoot and lock-on system. What this ends up causing is that each shot type has a particular way that it wants to play in combat. Multi-spread fan beams, for example, will have a much wider range to be able to cover more enemies on the screen, and because of how easy it is for you to shotgun them at a closer range, you can be able to get right on top of the enemy and get close and personal while also getting as many lock-ons as you possibly want. Comparatively, what this also means is that with weapon attacks such as the line straight, you're going to have to be a lot more precise with your targets, because unlike the spread types where you're going to need multiple bullet hits on an enemy to be able to destroy enemy combatant ships, the ones that are intended to be basic fodder for you to take out on the screen, compared to the actual boss types that you'll be fighting, it also means that it's going to be a one-shot, one-kill. But if you whiff the target on the line, there is no bending the bullet into a curve or an arc in order to try and cover more space on the screen. It's going to be a straight line, no matter what dimension your combat happens to be fighting in, with the exception of the Star Fox dimension. However, what it also means is that your attack focus becomes not about hitting your actual bullet, but actually using the best of your ability to evade around attacks and also use your missiles while setting yourself up to allow your line attack to hit. So every single pilot and how they choose to fight in the dimension that you're currently engaging in requires you to change your mindset and also your game plan moving forward about how to go about both surviving at your high score and how to maximize getting everything possible on the screen to fill out the side objectives the game will provide for you. In addition to the game mechanics that you're going to have to master, there's also the amount of gameplay you're going to have to manage around when you choose to get a hold of the multi-dimensional combat system, which includes both a top-down and left-right side-scrolling element, the dreaded Star Fox 3D shooter, as well as the on-rails set and punishment mode, all of which is dictated by the level that you're fighting in and the strength of yourself inside of said dimension, dictated by how useful your shot type is, as well as how useful your missile system is. The better you perform, the better your gun, the higher you're able to combo your missiles into the enemy, the higher your score, and the less you get hit, the more health you have to go into the next mission. Because unlike other games, this game's choice of having a booster system is the helper tool that I had to lean on, because your actual health carries over from stage to stage, and while you do get a tenement of lives, once you run out of lives, it is game over, and you have to start over from the beginning again. The more time that you spend with this game, and the more time you spend trying to get better, the more you'll begin to see the Tohu element of it start to wash over you. But the more tedious that you get down the line, and thus the more strenuous your fights become, the more likely you are to make mistakes, and thus be punished by your mistakes, and have to start all over again. If you're playing the game casually, you'll have no problem, for myself, as my access to the game was provided by our humble host over at daredrop.com. My ability to play the game was based around the challenges that I had to face against, and I had to not only try as hard as I could to survive, and even use the tool to get through the beginning and the end of the game, but I also had to give up a challenge because no-hit runs are just that difficult. There is literally no way that you're going to make it through this game without actually rehearsing, practicing, and attempting over and over and over again, unless you choose to engage with the health assist system. Otherwise, you need to be cracked out of your mind or high on coke. It is by no means a bad game, but it also, just by simple panel review, is by no means a, well, great jump in for the Macross series, as Macross has been nationally known, as well as internationally known, as a very difficult franchise both to access the games for, as they are usually region locked, as it is primarily Japanese, but also a very difficult type of bullet hell to get into, with most reviews on most sites actually citing this in most of their commentations of their reviews, such as this one here that tells you that this is not the best Macross experience that you could try to go for, and multiple other ones that are better across the entire reach of the franchise, but at the same time, with people's best advice being given to you to basically be translate the guides that exist with Google Translate and adjust everything you possibly can while using the automatic regeneration boost system. And then, once you've gotten a handle on your particular missile and gun pod variety, then you can think about turning off the automatic regeneration and attempt to become better at the game because of it, with multiple kinds of players across the entirety of it trying to give you a testimonial. I say, in my own opinion, give this game a chance if you really have never been able to see the grass on the other side as being green, and you just simply want to get it in your hands to understand what it's like. At the end of the day, it is somewhere between $40 to $45 to $60 on most platforms currently. I would definitely say wait for a sale, and I definitely, in my highest and humblest warning, would say to any person who is willing to play it, please consider your sanity and whether or not this really is the game for you. For me, I'm a freak of nature. For you, if you like challenge and you like feeling like you earned your ability to scrape by each stage, you want something 5, maybe 10 steps above Star Fox, but just one step away from truly just digging your brain into the engine and losing yourself, this is definitely going to be the game for you. And boy, would you look at the time. I literally edited that all straight through the night. Damn, that's crazy. Anyways, that's my take. I'm going to see y'all on the flip side. Good night, or I guess good morning, everybody. I will see you all next time, and I'm billing you for therapy. God damn, this game put me on my ass.